There are many adverts in the world, some of them on this channel of course, but what's coming up is us merely just offering you some advice on what we think is an absolute banger of a bike. A lot of bike, range and performance for not a lot of money, relatively speaking, and most importantly, nobody has told us to make this video. With so many bikes out there fighting for attention, we believe that if you are in the market for a new eMTB, then this one, and similar ones from other manufacturers out there, may well be something worth considering. But first, let's get out of the woods. We are using this then, the Canyon Spectral. Now, this isn't exactly Jonesy's kind of top-end CFR Limited, and there are more cheaper models available, the CF8 and the CF7, plus other bikes out there which we're going to get onto a little bit. But why have we chosen this one? Let's take a look at the bike a little bit more. 150 out the back, 160mm travel up the front. Make this bike a great all-rounder. It means it can do anything from hitting all-day epics, bike park laps, shred single track, and hit berms, turns, jumps, and everything in between. The battery capacity is immense as well. You can get this bike with either a 720 or get this, a 900 watt-hour battery option. What does this mean? Well, it actually means a ton of fuel in the tank. Steve's actually done 35k and 1700 meters of climbing in full power mode on this bike. His mate 80 actually believes over 10,000 feet, sorry to mix values, can be done on one 900 watt-hour battery. The weight of this bike is about 24 kilograms. The very top end one can be as low as 21 kilograms, which considering the juice in the tank you get for that is pretty remarkable. Great numbers, but I think the numbers that are most important obviously is price. The CF8 version of this bike the guys rode out in Tuscany on a monster ride over 2 days is priced at around 3,919 Great British pounds, and the higher spec CF9 is actually 5,219, which is still good. So you might now be thinking, Rich, is there a catch? Well, actually, yes, there is. These bikes, or this bike here, have all got the Shimano EP801 motor, of course, which has actually recently received some pretty major updates. That update may not be available on the bikes Canyon currently have in stock, but, and it's a very big but, take this bike into your local Shimano dealer and it can be upgraded to the vastly superior current specification. How good is the motor? Well, if you're a racing fan and you've heard of Ryan Gilchrist, he actually won this year's E-Enduro World Cup overall on this very motor. Now, Shimano's technicians have been working tirelessly to make this as competitive a motor as physically possible, and I think we can all say they have achieved this. Now, this is an absolute climbing machine, and to think that you can get this for £4,000 and under is either mental or a massive oversight on Canyon's part. Now, I don't want this to be a complete Canyon takeover, so we actually contacted some friends in the industry as well. Our friends at Merida actually said, yes, they've got bikes with upgradable motors as well. The E160 975 SE with a 750 watt-hour battery, that can be upgraded, and that's only £4,850. The E160 500 SE with the EP6 with a 630 watt-hour battery can also be upgraded, and that's down to just £3,299. We also have many other brands, Commensau and Conway, Focus, our previous partner Husqvarna, Intense, the Mighty Kellys, which myself and Owen have taken on some monster adventures, Lapierre, Orbea, Orange, Pivots, Propanes and Polygons, and of course two huge ones, Scott and YT. That's a heck of a list, but obviously check with the brands first on the upgradability of the motor. Right, back to the motor. The EP801 drive unit, which has undergone some incredible amount of R&D work with Yeti, Rottwild and the Orbea teams in recent years. And well, this is partly down to the need to be able to climb faster and stronger. So the motor on this bike and the ones currently running on the production line are vastly different to the previous ones. The EP801 has undergone a huge amount of upgrades to its predecessor with 3 major changes. A higher assist level for boost mode, extended carryover assist when you stop pedaling, oh, overrun, and a customizable max speed cut-off progression. The great news then is that if you are an existing EP801 owner, you can take your motor to the local bike shop, your local Shimano dealer if you like, for a firmware update which is going to totally revolutionize your ride. Are you a boost mode kind of rider? Well, if you are, assistance in boost mode is higher than ever before. And not only that, the quicker you stamp on the pedals, the quicker the engagement and maximum torque is reached. All in all, adding to making climbing even better. And when you're close to that 25k an hour limit, you can now customize how the EP801 shuts off the power. Now, this can be done in either as kind of a gradual wind down, if you like, or you can have that maximum power all the way up to the bitter end. The new extended assist feature on this motor is huge. It essentially means you can stop pedaling, but the motor keeps giving, and this can be tuned as well, so you can have a long, medium and short amount of time that it will give you this additional assistance. This makes getting up steep, rocky, steppy, rooty, tricky climbs an absolute game changer on this motor. This motor here has got some of the most accurate sensors in the game. Now, it means that response time is almost, well, minimal. Stamp on the pedals and it's instantaneous, off you go. The bonus of this as well is that power is now delivered at a much lower cadence. Is that it? Well, no. Once updated, you got access to cool features such as auto shift and free shift, which are fully customizable within the app. And not only that, to keep on top of things like costing and durability, Shimano's Link Glide is going to help with that too, with things like cassettes, chains, mechs, you name it. But what next? Well, a cup of tea. Lovely. Well, look, once you've got your cup of tea, what you need to do when you're deciding which e-bike you're going to get next, check in with your local Shimano dealer that the motor on it can be upgraded, and away you go. But anyway, we're done here. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure cruising around the Welsh hillsides today. But until next time, I'll see you later.